Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a video about hospital and how we think it can cure us. Basically, I've just been discharged from hospital, and there's this assumption that when we go into hospital, we will be cured of our eating disorder, of our mental health problems, and all the struggles that come with them. But this, sadly, is not the case. You cannot be cured of these things. You cannot be cured of an eating disorder. You cannot be cured of a mental health problem. You can overcome them. You can fight them. You can overcome them with courage, with determination, and strength. And these are things that a hospital cannot provide you with. They've got to come from you. They've got to come from within you. All a hospital does is provide you with food in eating disorder clinic. That's all they do. I realised that when I got offered inpatient treatment for the second time. I thought, I'm going to go into hospital and eat. And if I can do it there, why can't I do it on my own? Why can't I do the same thing I did in hospital, but at home, living my life? Because it's so often that we can feel like a hospital is a safe haven, that it's a place where all our problems will be left at the doorstep, and we'll go in and it will be safe and we'll be looked after. And it's like a big supportive network, and you have all these people looking after you, running around for you, listening to you, and it's hard to step away from that once you've been in that environment. And we often think, I'm not sick enough to recover if I don't go into hospital. There is no such thing as sick enough to recover. You can recover at any point. Just because you've been in hospital doesn't mean that you're any sicker than anyone else or that you will recover from it. Because there are people who go into hospital time and time and time again, and they do not recover from it. They're in and out, back and forth. And what sort of life is that? They don't want it. They don't have got to the point where they can find that strength and that courage and that desire to overcome their eating disorder, to leave it behind, because there is a point when sometimes it's so consuming, it's so life consuming that we can't see a world without it, that we live by it, that it's everything that we do, everything that we live for, and we end up just existing. We don't end up living anymore. We don't go and experience the wonderful world that is out there. And you shouldn't aim for that. You shouldn't want that. Hospitals are sometimes needed because you're emotionally sick and physically sick, but they're not the necessity. They're not the only route to recovery. There are millions of routes. There are many ways to recover, and it's about finding the right one for you. And I realised a big thing about hospital was it wasn't a hospital that helps me, it's the people in hospital. It's being able to talk to people who have had similar experiences, who've been through the same thing as me, who know what I'm talking about, who know the pain and the struggle and all the feelings that I feel. Unlike people who haven't been through these things, who are perhaps in our family and friends, and find it difficult to understand. And when you're in that situation where you feel like you can't talk about it, and perhaps you're the only one, that you begin to isolate yourself. And so I think it's important to reach out and find people who are going through the same thing. All of you who are watching this video are struggling with the same thing. You're all looking for a way to recover, to be able to find it in you, to be able to recover. And these are all people who are sharing the same thing, and there are millions of people you can talk to. You can use YouTube, you can use websites, you can use so many things. There's groups which you can do. There's usually weekly groups run by some eating disorder clinics that you can meet people and be able to talk. And I think it's so important to be able to find people that you can talk to and who know what you're talking about. So I think that's the key to my recovery. And I don't want to use myself as a prime example. I'm not the epitome of recovery, but I've had my eating disorder since I was 8. And even though I've been in hospital for my depression and self-harm, I didn't use my eating disorder behaviours. I didn't even think about it. I haven't used eating disorder behaviours for over a year. And I think that shows how far you can come on your own, and that it does need you to do it. And you may think, oh my God, I feel like I can't recover on my own. I feel she's saying that the only way to recover is within you, and I feel like if that's the only way, I don't have a chance in hell. I can't do that at all. And I know it's scary. It's really, truly terrifying. But you all can. You all have a purpose in life. We all do. We all have a meaning. And one of the meanings that we all share is to live, to experience life, to fall in love, to do all the wonderful things that the world has to offer. And it may not seem wonderful at sometimes, but it really can be. And it's about not losing hope. You can recover. I honestly I promise you, I promise on my rabbit's life that you all can, that it is within you, and you all have the strength within you and the determination. If you have the determination to have an eating disorder and to do all the restrictive and difficult things that it asks of you, you have the determination to be able to turn that round and be able to focus on recovery. We're all strong people. We're all strong-minded people with a focus and a meaning. And please do not lose sight of that. Please do not lose hope. And reach out to the people that are around you, and reach out to the people that experience these things on the internet. Obviously, be very wary. There are some really negative websites, and it's important to make sure that you stay away from them, and that you are careful and mindful of who you talk to and where you talk. But anyway, yeah. But you probably noticed I've got a recovery tattoo because of self-harm there. And it's a tattoo of a flower that I saw when I was little and I loved it. And it's of a time before I had an eating disorder and mental health problems. I want to be reminded that I can grow and that life still is possible, and I want to get back to that. So, right. Much love, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.